Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Neha Hamilton, and today we are covering this subject called search engine optimization. In this topic, we have covered a lot of things like the process of search engine optimization, the concept of search engine optimization. We have also covered Google algorithm. Now, in today's class, today's lecture agenda is to make you understand on page optimization. Now, this is a topic that we have been covering from the past two classes, right? In the past two classes, we have understood what is technical optimization. We have understood how to design your content in sorry, in order to optimize your website according to the requirement of your audience. We have also understood how image optimization. Now, today we are going to talk about website design. Okay, so now before wasting any time, let us do a quick revision of what we have covered till now. So, this is a diagram which is absolutely important because this diagram has all the major bullet points that covers the factors which are covered in on-page optimization, right? So we have technical optimization, we have content optimization, we have design optimization, and we have optimization of internal links. Now, what comes in technical optimization? The first thing that comes in technical optimization is called as server speed. Okay, so what is server speed? Server is actually a host computer that helps you, communicate with the other computers, that helps access of internet to a group of computers. So that host computer is called as what? It is called as server. Okay, now how the server speed impacts your on-page optimization? If your server is overloaded, if your server has a memory issue, if your server is bombarded with a lot of traffic, then what happens is that the server response time decreases. When the server response time increases, the page loading speed increases. You know, the moment your client click on a particular website link and then he is directed towards the main page, main website page. So it is taking a lot of time from the client after clicking and going to the main web page. So that's how server speed uh, decreases, right? So it is very important to decrease your server speed time and decrease your page loading speed. Regular maintenance of server is important. Time to time checking of server is important. If you think that the memory of the server should be increased, then it should be increased. If you think that the server is not able to take up that much of traffic, that much of people, then you should add in some more memory or try some other technical things that the software engineer is telling you, right? So on developer.google.com we can find out the page loading speed. The next important thing is source code. Now, what is source code? Source code is a human written code which is fed into a compiler, and then the source code is converted into machine code. Machine code is something which is readable by the software or by the computer. So, whenever you are writing a source code, there are some things that you should keep in mind. The source code should not be having redundant codes. Redundant means not repeatable कोड्स नहीं होने चाहिए, एक ही कोड को बार बार लिखना ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए, ठीक है? और whatever the undesirable options are there, they should be undesirable coding should be completely abolished, because overcrowding of codes, overcrowding of programs makes it difficult and complicated for the search engine to read your source code, right? So whatever source code you are feeding into the compiler, you have to make sure that it is to the point, crisp, brief, and it should be readable by the machine. It should be error free. Okay, so these are the things that you should keep in source code. Then the next is IP address. What is IP address? IP address is a unique identity of your electronic gadget. When I talk about the feature or characteristics of IP address, this is how a IP address looks like, right? It is strings of numbers which are separated by dots. These numbers are generally one digit or it can be up to three digit. Here you can see that this is a two-digit number, this is a three-digit number, this is a one-digit number, right? So total number of digits can be from 1 to 3. And the next thing is that each of the numbers, they can range from 0 to 255, right? From 0 to 255, these numbers will range. In the settings section, in your computer network section, in your mobile phone settings section, you can find out your IP address, right? Now, how about IP address? What about IP address? So if you own an IP address, if you have purchased an IP address from a hosting company, that means you have a good budget, you are a reputed company. If you are doing so, you get a SSL certificate. Now you have to submit this SSL certificate online to Google, right? And Google is going to prefer you in ranking, or Google prefer those companies for a higher ranking which have their own SSL certificate, right? So these are the things that were covered in technical optimization. Now, the next we have talked about content. In content, we have seen that that text is very important. The matter that you write is very important. Anything you are writing should be relevant, should be genuine. You should have knowledge about everything, whatever you are writing on a particular article. It should get a 360 overview of whatever you are writing about. For example, I have given you example of Olympics. If you are writing about Olympics, you should write every detail about Olympic in a particular article. Yeah, if you are writing an article of performance of India in Olympics, then you have to write that how many medals we got, when it was started, and what are the total number of medals, who are the top athletes of India, who are the top competitors of India, right? What are the events in which India is participating? So all these things you have to add in that article, because if I want to read something about Olympics, I open your blog and I am getting incomplete information, next time I'm not going to come to your website, right? So in order to make good customers, in order to make loyal customers, in order to increase your traffic, it is very important to improve on your text. Again, I have told you that as a digital marketing manager, you will be given a team of content writer, a designer, and a programmer. So you do not have to write anything, but what you have to do is that you have to actually tell your content writer to write good content about particular topic. For example, he is writing on Olympics. Then you have to tell him that please write, add all these things in your articles if you're writing about Olympics. Now, how you are going to get that, what are the things that should be added in that particular article? For that, I have shown you Google Trends. Right, in Google Trends, you have to find out a particular keyword and you have to scroll down the page and you have to find out related entries. Okay, now related entries is going to give you a complete overview about a particular topic. Okay, now after content we get title tag. So we have understood that the minimum characters in title tag should be how much? 50. And what should be the maximum characters in the title tag? Not more than 60. If you do not comply to this criteria, your title tag is not completely visible on the search engine result page. If it is not completely visible, what happens is that users are not able to read on the first page. The first impression doesn't goes good. The user doesn't get full information about the page, and this is how your page looks, right? So as you can see, the first result, this dot 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 are coming because they are not following the title tag. They are not writing the correct title tag. Next, meta description. Now, according to the research, 43% of the people, they click on a particular result if they find the meta description good enough, right? You have a lot of results, right? You have a choice to make from hundreds of choices. So what will you do? You will read the title tag, then you will read the meta description. If you think that that website is going to cater your needs, right, then only you are going to open that particular link. Otherwise, you are not going to open it, right? So that is called as meta description. Now the character length should also be limited to 160 characters. I have already told you that you have to inform your content writer and your programmer that this should be the length of meta description. They are technical people, they would not be knowing uh, anything about search engine. You are somebody who has to guide them that these are the things they should keep in mind when you are doing or going for search engine optimization. You have to guide the programmer that please add the plugin of meta description, please add the plugin of title tag and keep the title tag keyword rich, keep the meta description keyword rich, and what should be the maximum character length in meta description? It should be 160, not more than that and not very less than that. 150 to 160 is a good size of meta description that you should keep. Okay, now let's go to the next page. Yes, these are the examples of meta description which are written. You can easily read these meta description and you can decide on which click to open. If you like the title tag and if you like the meta description, then only you are going to click it, right? If you don't like it, then you are not going to open it. You are going to again scroll down the page, go to the next pages of Google, or you are going to change the keywords in Google because you will think that this is not something that is going to answer my questions, or I'm not able to find those things which I want are there should be in that web page. Now, the next thing is content. Content is very important. It should have paragraphs, it should have bullet points, it should have heading tags and boldings, and it should also have italicizing individual text elements or words. So, why all these things are important? Because we want to improve the representation of content that we are doing. Okay, we want to improve the representation of text that we are writing. See, if you have very, very good knowledge of any particular subject and your handwriting is not good, or your way of presenting answer is not good, you are writing a full paragraph without any full stop, without any, uh, you know, paragraphs or without any bullet points, then nobody is going to read your paragraph and you will end up getting less marks because representation is something which is very important. Now, same goes with a web page or a website. Why? Why? Because in web page also you are representing some kind of a content to your users. So whenever writing an article, you should tell your content writer that add as many headings as possible, add as many diagrams as possible, as many infographics, informational graphical presentations as possible, and also add the uh, pictures, figures, headings. So I'm going to show you how does a good web page with a good content looks like. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to share a tab and yes. Okay. So I hope you can see this web page. Okay. And this is the title tag of the web page. What is the title tag? The beginner's guide to SEO, right? And as you can see, when I scroll down, the first heading or the H1 tag in this page is about introduction. Then we have a H2 tag. Welcome to the SEO learning journey. Here also you can see that huge paragraphs are not written. A paragraph maximum of 3 to 4 lines are there. Another important thing is internal linking. When you click on this particular link, building links, for example, if I click on this link, I am going to land on the same website's other web page, right? So this is called as internal linking. When I link my internal web pages to improve the visibility or to increase the traffic of my web page, so that is called as what? Internal linking. So you can see that their pages are very well linked internally. Now let's go back to that original page. Yes. So these are all internal links. Whatever blue color text you are seeing, building links, keywords, friendly to search engine. I hope this is visible. Yes, this is visible. Okay. So these are the things that you can see. Now this is H3 tag, the basic of search engine optimization. ये क्या हो गया? This is the third heading in the page. So this is the H3 tag. In the H3 tag also, when you will come down, you will see a beautiful infographic, right? So they have converted the Maslow's hierarchy theory of needs into Maslow's hierarchy of SEO needs, right? So this is a very intelligent concept that they have been using, a very color coded, a very colorful, a very nice image or infographic they have added in this homepage. That's why it is topping on the list. You type SEO and you are going to get this page. Again, these are internal links. If you click on this, you will land on the other page. You click on this, you will land on the other page. So chapter wise they have written the content, and if you read anything about this, you just have to click on this and you will be landing on the same website but a different page telling you about something. For example, here I am going to get about how search engine works, right? So crawling, indexing and ranking. So you are going to get a diagram for that. You are going to get so many paragraphs. See, this is the title tag of the page, and this is the H1 tag, how do search engine works. In H1 tag also, you can see that there are again 3 subheadings. Okay, then you go down. This is H2 tag. What is search engine crawling? Now this is a image. This is a image or a infographic that they have uploaded. They have created and they have uploaded on their own. Okay, this is a snapshot that has been given to make you understand the things properly, right? So this is how a website actually looks like. Okay, and when you will start working in digital marketing, then these are the things that you have to keep in mind. Okay, now how to see the programming of a particular page, right? How to read the codes which are embedded in this website or web page. As you are aware that this website is like a front stage where the performance is being going on. But there is a lot of work which is done backstage. Backstage means there is a director who is called as programmer. He writes the codes. He write the codes and he make you see the website as it is seen when you click on a particular website. But you don't know that how the programming is. So let me open a new page for you. The keywords that I've used is digital marketing. Is it visible to you? Yes, it is visible to you. So uh, let us click on this particular article which is given by marketo.com, right? So this was the first organic ranking website. So I have just clicked on this website. As you can see, a beautiful web page with a lot of paragraphs, lot of bullet points, and all those things are there. Now, how to read the backstage thing? That means how to find out that what are the codes or what are the programs that have been written by a programmer so that this web page is visible to you as you can see. So there is a shortcut in your laptop or your desktop, that is control and U. So you have to simultaneously press control and U. Once you will press this, you are going to see this page, right? I hope now this page is also visible to you. Good. So these are the programs which a programmer writes, and these programs are written in a particular format, in a particular language, in a particular, they have certain rules to write these kind of a program. And then when they write this program, then you get a web page that is visible to you. As you can see, the things that I am explaining you, meta name or meta description, see it is written here. They have added a meta description tab in their programming. As I am talking about the title tag, so they have also added the title content in the programming. Okay, I think it is very small, uh, but I just hope that it is visible to you, right? So accordingly, you will easily find a h1 h2 tag also. you know these are the tags for link, right? It is written link, and these are the programs which are written for links. And the goal website, the target website that the customer is going to land, this is also written, right? So you should have a basic idea of programming. I'm not telling you to learn programming, but yes, for example, this is written in Java language, right? So if you get an idea of programming, if you do a small course on programming also, a certificate course in Java and these basic languages which are needed to write code for website, it is good. It will add to your CV, and you will not be needing a programmer to write programs for your website. You your own will be able to write the code for your website, right? So as I keep on telling you that instead of doing a course on SEO, instead of doing a course on affiliate marketing, please go for these technical courses that teach you languages, computer languages, which are necessary to write codes and make the website visible as it is visible to us, right? So as I've told you, header tag, they have written header tag also. You will find everything in this programming if you watch it carefully, right? Meta description is given, sorry, header tag is given, h1 h2 tag is given, right? And the programmers, they write the programming in this particular way. This programming of this particular way is written by a programmer, and see, this is the website that is visible to you after all that programming. You cannot see programming here because this is the front stage. You only see the content, you only see the text. But what do the digital engine sees? Digital engine doesn't see the website or the images that you have uploaded, but they will read the programming that you have done. The crawlers, they will come to the keywords that you have added in the programming. Are you getting my point? For example, let us go back to that. Right. So I hope this is visible to you. I have highlighted it. Okay. So I hope this is visible to you. This is a title tag. What is digital marketing? Right. So this is the title of this page. What is digital marketing? So the keywords that they have used in this particular sentence is digital marketing. So crawlers, what are they going to do? Who are crawlers? Crawlers are the Google softwares that decide the ranking of the particular web pages. So they particularly go to the web pages, as the spider has a lot of hands and legs and they can move like that. So Google has different softwares that move from one page to another. They check the web pages and then they rank the web pages. Okay, so as you can see, title tag, if the crawler will see that, okay, The user is searching for digital marketing, and the digital marketing is there in the title tag. Now they will go to meta description, and they will find out that meta description is digital marketing. So this is what content is important, and the representation of the content is also important. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the website, and here you can see that I have shown you everything. You know, the web page which was topping in the charts, it was having a paragraph, it was having bullet points, it was having heading tags, it was having some italicizing text, and it was also having some internal linking. Okay, now let's see what comes after content. Graphics. Now all images are important content elements that can be optimized. They can help to increase the relevance of the content, as well as optimized images can rank on their own in Google image search, right? So whenever you search on Google, you have a all tab in the first, in the first margin, you will see there is all tab, then there is news, then there is images, right? So sometimes people are only interested in images. They do not have time to read the full text. They only read the flowcharts or the infographics, and they understand that what is the content that is included in a particular thing. Okay, so there is no need for them to read the content, they are only searching for images. So the for the people who are actually searching for images, it is a good idea to add some good images in your blogs. Now what are these images going to do? These images are going to list you in the Google image tab. The people who are specifically searching for images, they are going to land on your web page. If you do not add images, you are directly closing down the option of people who just choose or look for images, right? So I was searching on Google Trends yesterday, and I have seen that most of the people, day before yesterday and yesterday, we know that Mr. Chopra has got a gold medal for us in javelin throw. So everybody is searching for him and his picture and his image, and you will be shocked to know that he was only having 2 lakh followers, I think, on Instagram, and within 2 days the total number of followers increased up to 30 lakhs. So just imagine him getting a gold medal, he representing the India, and in Olympics. And this is the first athletic model that we get, medal that we get in the history for the first time. PT Usha tried, Milkha Singh tried. So he's a big legend now, right? Mr. Ravin Chopra, he's a very big legend. And he's trending on Google now. You just open Google Trends right now, find out who is trending. He's trending right now, right? He is above Virat Kohli. So this is what the importance of people is. So people are searching for images of Ravindra Chopra. So if you're writing an article on him, and if you are not adding a picture of him, I'm sure you are not going to rank high in the search engine result page. Okay, so at the same time, they can increase how attractive a website appears to the users. Appealing images, galleries can also increase the time users spend on the time. This is also very important. When you see an article which is having very beautiful images, beautiful infographics, you increase your interest in that. You tend to happily and enjoyably read that particular article, which is full of pictures, which is full of colorful content, colorful text, and colorful infographics. File name of graphics are one part of image optimization. So I have shown you programming, right? How to find out the how to check the program of a particular web page. You have to click on Control U. Okay. Now, as a digital marketing manager, you have to keep on checking the programs, and you have to check that whether those programs have the images which are uploaded are optimized or not. Optimized means the actually the text that we write in programming for that particular image is called as alt text. It is alt text. So it is very important to add alt text in the name of the image. Now why it is important to add alt text? Because Google do not has eyes. They are not going to see the on stage performance of your website. They are going to see the backstage performance of your website, right? So they are going to see the programming of your website. So if you have added a images but image, and the default image name has been added, you have not edited the image name, that should not be done. For example, what kind of image names are there if you take it on your phone? Image 25 underscore 5678. These are the names of the image. So Google will not understand that what this image is all about, right? For example, if you add an image of Naum Chopra, you take a selfie and you upload his image on a particular website, Naum Chopra, right? So how Google is going to know that this is how Naum Chopra looks? If you do not go in the programming app and you edit the file name of that image as picture of Naum Chopra, because the default name will be coming like image underscore 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, doesn't make any sense to Google, right? So it is very important to optimize the image name also, right? And that text that we use to optimize a image is called as alt text. Okay. Without sacrificing the quality, so that your page load times remain low. So if you upload a very high quality image, a very high pixel image, which itself takes a lot of space in your web page, if it takes a lot of space in your web page, it increases the size of your web page. When the size of your web page is increased, it will take time to upload on a particular website. You notice that in your mobile phone also, if you are sending good camera images or good quality images on WhatsApp to a friend, it will take time for that image to go to your friend. On the other hand, if you are taking a selfie from your phone and if you are sending that selfie to your friend from your own simple Android smartphone, not even an iPhone or something like this, right? So it will take very less amount of time. Why? Because the quality is not good, the pixel quality is not good, the size is very small. If the size is small, it is going to go very easily, right? So image optimization is compressing the picture. Do not change the quality of the picture, but compress the picture as much as possible. Now the question is how to compress the picture. So do anybody has any idea how can we compress a particular picture? How can we compress a particular picture? No idea?
Ma'am, by decreasing their pixels.
Right. Very good. And how do we do that?
There are different types of apps or websites where can we decrease that.
Very good. Very good now. Okay. Yes. Dheeraj, you want to say something? Dheeraj, do you want to say something? Okay. So as Naum has correctly answered that you can, compress your image with the help of some online softwares, and I'm sure after your graduation you are going to fill a lot of forms. Voice is not clear. So am I audible to all of you except Dheeraj?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Dheeraj, what you can do is you can log in again. You can log out and log in again. Okay. The thing is that it is very important to know how to compress a picture. You can do it in your own laptop or your PC. In Windows picture also, we have Windows picture also, JPEG image. You can easily compress that JPEG image. I will show you how. Just give me a second. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to compress your picture, because this is something which is very basic, and a digital marketing student should know how to compress a particular picture. Okay, so let me find out a picture first. Yes, I got it. Right, so I am going to share my screen, and I hope this should be visible to you. Um, so can you see this? I hope you can see this. Okay, so this is a image and I want to compress this image. Okay, now how do I do it? There is no need to go to a e-mitra, or there is no need to, ask somebody, because you can easily do it, right? First of all, you should know that how to check the properties of a particular picture. You go on properties, you click on properties, and you go the and you get all the configuration of this picture. For example, is it visible to you? Yes, it is visible to you. Okay. So you can see the size of the picture. It is 67.4 KB. The dimensions of the picture is visible. The type of file, JPEG file, is visible, right? So you can see everything about this picture. Now, I want to decrease, sorry, I want to decrease the size of this picture. How do I do it? You have to click on edit pictures. ठीक है, ऊपर देखो यहाँ पे edit picture लिखा है. यहाँ पे आपको क्या करना है? क्लिक करना है. यहाँ पे आपको जाके सबसे नीचे में एक पॉइंट मिलेगा, compress picture. You have to click on this compress picture. Once I click on this compress picture, you get a lot of options. For example, if you want to compress it in documents, you can do it. If you want to compress it in web pages, you can do it. If you want to compress it at the size of an email message, it can be compressed up to 2.14 KB, right? So you can easily compress this picture. You can crop this picture also. You can crop this picture also. There are some things in this picture that I don't want. For example, I only want the text to appear, right? By doing this also, I can easily compress my particular picture. Okay, so this is a simple technique. Okay, this is a simple technique by which you can compress a particular picture. But when you are doing on the professional front, this is a very small jugaad that I'm telling you, because you should know it. But uh, you know, if you are doing it professionally, if you are doing it for your website, the thing that you need to do is that you have to actually use some specialized softwares that can do this, right? These softwares can be paid softwares, or these softwares can be, you may have to pay some amount of money, or a designer can also compress a particular picture in some specific softwares. So you have to take the help of your designer to compress a picture or to reduce the size of this picture. You can use the technique which I have just taught you if you are, using your photo in a government exam form, where they have a specific specification that your photo should be of this size, your sign should be of this size. So you can use this technique there, right? But don't use this technique if you have a website, if you're working professionally, then take help of the people who are experts in that particular field. Let them use the software, a particular software, because this won't deteriorate the quality of the picture. We don't want the picture to be blurry. We don't want the picture to be of a bad quality. We want a good quality picture in a website, right? So let the technicians do the work who are expert in that. Okay. So this is a very small thing that I wanted to tell you. Now, if anybody wants to ask anything, you can do it right now. Otherwise, I'll go back to the presentation. Yes. Anything that you want to ask? Okay. So getting your product images and decorative images to rank on Google and other search engines also. Now I was talking about Google image search. So let me tell you how it works. Okay. We have just 4 minutes. Okay. So this is the keywords that I've used is SEO, and this is how the search engine result page looks like. Now, as you can see, the topmost tabs which are there, we have all images, news, books, and videos. Now, let us click on images, right? Once I click on images, I only get to see those articles who have actually added images in their particular blogs. The websites which have not added any picture, any infographic, any image are not going to be visible in this particular page, right? So I hope you have understood that how important it is to add the images in your website or in your web pages. If any image cannot fix in, there are certain copyright issues also. You cannot just copy paste any image to your website, right? You have to take prior permission, or you have to write down the source of a particular image. But there are no copyright issues if you create a genuine infographic. If you tell your designer to create a flowchart on a particular thing, then there will be no copyright issue. Make an image yourself by your own. Take pictures, take photographs on your own, and then add in your web page, right? So there will be no copyright issues also, and your website will be visible in this image tab also. Write anything, and you are going to get, the images from those websites. I click on Olympics. I, for example, let's click on Tokyo Olympics. Tokyo Olympics 2025, right? So when I click on Tokyo Olympics, see his images there on the second spot. Because closing ceremony was happening afterwards, and one day ago he got a gold medal. So his picture is appearing here, and you can see a lot of pictures which are related to Olympics. But keep this thing in mind that if you don't add a picture, you are not going to appear here. And there are some people who are only interested in images, not interested in comments. They do not have time or patience or interest to read a particular thing. They only are interested in the pictures. For example, if I write Tokyo Olympics 2021 closing ceremony, closing ceremony, right? So see how beautiful pictures of closing ceremony I get to see. These are the pictures from Times.com, TimesOfIndia.com, Deadline.com, Sports.ndtv.com, uh, whatever. All the news channels have forecasted the closing event ceremonies and images, right? So these are the things that you should keep in mind, specifically related to the content, right? Add the images, but make sure that the image is not impacting your page loading speed. Try to compress the image as much as possible. Try to make it without affecting the quality of the image. So tell your designer कि आप मुझे compress करके दो, ताकि ये इसकी क्वालिटी इफेक्ट ना हो इमेज की, और हमारा पेज लोडिंग स्पीड भी जो है वो इफेक्ट ना हो. Okay, so I think that's it for today. We have covered a lot of things in today's class, and we are only left with internal linking, right? So internal linking itself is a very huge topic, so I think we will cover it in the next class. That's it for today. Thank you so much for joining, and I'm ending the recording now.